Hi, this is Michelle Schrader at Killing Pines Methodist Church in Miami, Florida. And this Sunday is the first Sunday in Advent for 2019. And so I wanted to put this message out for any of you who might not have had a chance to visit your worshiping community this morning. Advent comes from the word adventus, which means in Latin to visit or to come. And so that word reminds us that the season is about waiting. Originally, in its origin, it would have been about people preparing for their baptism, which would have happened on Epiphany Sunday. So it was a period similar to Lent would have been during the Easter season. But now, what we experience during the Advent season is a rush. It's a mad rush to Christmas. And so there's a lot of cooking and cleaning and buying and wrapping and all sorts of madness that we experience during this season. And so my hope with this message is that it might provoke some of you to excavate for yourself a deeper journey during this Advent season. This morning in our worship service, I shared a story about a conversation I had with a man a couple years ago. We were sitting at a cafe looking out over the water, drinking coffee, and he said to me, on a clear day like the one we were experiencing, we could see right from where we were sitting to the other side of the bay. But sometimes a haze would hang in the air, and the haze would prevent you from seeing right where we were sitting to the other side. And he shared this story with me to kind of have a teaching moment about a truth that he believed we were living in, and that was that he believed we were living in a time of what he called false light. And though it was a couple years ago that he shared this story with me, it still rings true for me today. And it especially rings true for me during the Advent season when we know that we will experience a greater electric light. But my hope will be from all of you that you experience a greater spiritual light. And the difference between the two is we can light up all the world with lights, but it won't be Christmas light, really. Christmas light is, I believe, born within. And so to find our way to that light, it's a spiritual journey, one step after another in the light of God with God. And so for people of the Christian faith, what we believe is that God is with us on the mountaintops when we celebrate great things. God is with us in the valleys when we can barely figure out how to find our next step. And God is with us on every step of the journey on the in-between. And so the word for today in many of the churches was hope. We live with great hope that the light of God is always with us. And so Christmas is the time when we celebrate that light piercing the darkness of the world through the birth of Jesus. And so we wait during Advent for that truth to rise in its highest form once again in our narratives that we walk with and in the stories that are our Christian stories. And so my hope is for each of you that you might spend some time, like I said, excavating a deeper journey for yourself towards Christmas. And one of the things that I encouraged my congregation to do was to wait till it gets dark tonight and to take out a candle and just simply light that candle and sit with it. And remember all of the things that are the truths of God meeting you in your own life, in your own journey. The way that Jesus' love is very real for you in your life throughout the history of it. And to remember the scripture that comes from John 1:5, and that is, light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. I hope that you have a meaningful Advent journey and that you will gather with your worshiping community because, friends, we're meant to be together as we journey towards Christmas. Peace to you.